so excited because I feel like a completely different person. This coronavirus actually just gave me an opportunity to sit and think like, girl, you have excelled so well. And I think that for me, for a long time, success meant something that I could see, something that I could touch, something that others could celebrate with me. But as I mature and learn a little bit more about myself and my purpose, I am learning that success is when you feel the most comfortable within. And right now, I am a living success. I have been through so much. And when I think about 2 years ago, where I was mentally and where I was just emotionally, I was a wreck. I was not the person that you see today. I am smiling. I'm happy. I'm really excited about what's coming for me. And a lot of it is because I did 5 things. And those 5 things I want to talk about right now. The first thing that I did, my battery hating on me, but the first thing that I did was I expressed gratitude every single day. And to this day, that is the number one thing that I have to do. Express gratitude. You express gratitude in so many different ways. I think that we express gratitude for the things which mean a lot to us, where we have to sometimes sit back and think about what should mean a lot to us. Because some of the things that were important to me 2 and 3 years ago, I have come to a place in my life now where I realize that held no value in my life. And now I'm very honed in on the things that are valuable to me. My family, my well-being, my thoughts, my happiness, my emotions, my voice. A lot of things that I minimized 2 and 3 years ago, now I'm amplifying. And I'm thankful for being awoke. I'm thankful for waking up every morning, okay? I'm not gonna edit that. I'm thankful just to be able to see my children every single morning in good health and good grace. I can call my mom at any times and moments. My support system is backed behind me. So no matter what in the physical realm is happening to me to deter me from the things that I should be grateful for, I refuse to allow those things to take away my moments. And you will be so surprised that a lot of reinventing yourself comes from being completely grateful for the opportunities and the things that God has blessed and given you. Another thing that I had to do was to surrender everything that I already knew. One thing that I did kind of sit and analyze is that the way I grew up and the things that I saw does not mean that I have to take those things and implement them into who I'm going to be. I love where I'm from. I love how I grew up. I love it. I had an amazing childhood, an amazing life. Now, while I had a lot of turmoil in the midst of that, I am so grateful because once you start to meet different people and you hear their stories and you're like, oh no, I'm blessed, okay? And I'm still blessed. So I had to surrender everything I know as in the way I was taught, the things that I saw, the things that I found acceptable, because when we grow up in a home and we watch our parents do certain things, or we watch families, aunts, uncles, friends, whatever, do certain things, sometimes we mimic those things before we even realize is that something that's going to satisfy me. And a lot of the things that I mimicked, which is a lot of things that we all do, working a 9 to 5, that doesn't work for me. It really does not work for me. Now, I'm not saying don't work a 9 to 5 because you have to pay bills, but you have to figure out if working a 9 to 5 is not going to work for you, how can I sustain myself without a 9 to 5? And that's where you have to surrender to the unknown. You don't know how you're going to make it without a 9 to 5. And nobody expects you to, because nobody really knows. I think that we're all winging this thing. We're all allowing the universe to push us into where we're supposed to be. So the quicker that you can surrender to not knowing something and being a student to something new, you can reinvent and revamp your life that quick. Another thing I had to do was, I heard a lot of people say what you can and cannot do and what's not really feasible or attainable or, yeah. I think that we all have limiting beliefs. And one thing you're not about to do with your limited beliefs is put them on me. I already have mine that I'm working through, okay? Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Now, what people misconstrue with that you cannot do is they don't have the action plan, or they don't have a blueprint for how they should do those things. So they feel like it's not possible for them. No. I am coming to the point in my life where I feel like all things are possible with the right plan. So what you should definitely look into is what plan will work for me to get me to the place of happiness that I'm desiring. We have to step back and sit and look, what's going to make me happy? What don't I like? What do I like? And I definitely think that once you break off limitations of what you can and cannot do, you tap into a new potential. A new potential and a higher potential always means a new person, which reinvention. So another thing, number 4, I had to get organized. I'm still not organized. I'm not in the front. I'm not going to get on here and act like everything is, together. I'm organizing as I go. And I think that it's says a lot for you to just do it. And the more I think about it, if you just do it, the answers will come along the way. So for me, to be organized meant everything. I'm the most unorganized person ever. I would say the most organized unorganized, because I organize what I want to organize, okay? But in order for me to really reinvent myself and place myself in the position that I wanted to be in, I had to look at certain areas of my life. One, I never had a routine. I had a routine, but it wasn't a real routine. It was just something that I like to do. Now, I have a routine, and no, I don't follow my routine every day. I'm working on that, and I should probably show you guys what I do in the morning, but I'm working on my routines. My routines are not in line, but I will tell you right now, all successful people who I know, they have a routine. They have a schedule. They know exactly how their day is going to be allocated. You have to know where you are and how you're going to track these commitments. Like if reinventing yourself means, for me, it meant being a life coach. It meant empowering women. It meant giving content. I have to reinvent the way that I was normally doing things and make it fitting for me. So organize based off of what it is that you want to do and where you want to go. Not just, I kind of felt like having a routine meant that I had to have a specific routine, and it's not like that at all. You want to have a routine that is made for your life, what you want and how you operate. A routine for one person might not necessarily work for another, because we are all not only different, but we have different lives. We're structured different. We have different obligations. So definitely getting yourself organized and building a routine for yourself is definitely a way to reinvent yourself. And the last thing I had to do, most important, number 1, is I had to learn to accept, to embrace, to face challenges. Yes. This is the part that nobody wants to do, because a challenge means that I have to put forth an effort to get something in return that will definitely be for my highest good, but it's not going to really feel good all the time. And sometimes challenges don't feel good, and sometimes that they do. Now, for me, in my recent past, I had to accept the challenge of really doing what it is that I wanted to do. How do I feel fulfilled without losing myself, without, I have responsibilities. So how can I reinvent myself? How can I revamp myself, do what I want to do, and actually still meet the needs that I was meeting when I was doing what I wasn't wanting to do? First of all, whenever you receive a challenge, you definitely have to don't look at it as fear. Don't go into it being scared. Challenges require that you put on a mental toughness. They require that you do something that you've never done before. Be adventurous. Don't be, oh, nope, I'm not about to do that. That's out of my, nope. If you want to reinvent yourself, and if you want to get to the place that you've always wanted to be, you have to not only face these challenges, but you have to create them as well. I suggest doing the thing that you're scared of the most. When you think of something, if it scares you, do it. And I say that because we have fear about things that we haven't even experienced. How can I be scared of I try to use this as an example, it ain't even real. But how can I be afraid of this tree, or how can I know if I'm allergic to the tree if I do not touch? And that's scary for a lot of people, because some people feel like if I stay here in my bubble, I'm safe and I don't need to know. But that's not going to reinvent you. That's going to continually put tape on a box. Let's not do that. Let's create challenges. Let's face our challenges, and let's accept those challenges when they come to us. The biggest thing for me one of the things I just overcame was accepting a challenge. I had a challenge to come to me, that really made me nervous. And I know I get nervous because I start to ask everybody around me. I tell them about it, and I'm not even really expecting an answer from you, but I'm talking about it because I'm trying to convince myself that this is a challenge that I need to jump on, or I can do this. Face that challenge. We're working on 2020 right now. We're trying to build 2021, and we want to be brilliant. We want to walk in excellence. In order to be a person breaded from excellence, you definitely have to reinvent yourself. So I hope today that my 5 ways of reinventing myself to very much right now has given you something to think about. What are some things that you can do from that list? Just one thing. Don't try to do them all at one time, because I did these things over a course of months. So it's not something that I just woke up one day like, hey, I need to be being grateful. No, every single month I was focusing in on something else until I looked up and I was so happy and just feeling very much fulfilled, even though I was not where I wanted to be and I'm on my journey to where I want to go. I found a way to reinvent myself, even now with the resources that I was given, because we tend to think that who I am needs something other than myself, and that's not true. You have to reset. You have to reset your mind and think that everything that I need is already instilled in me to become the person that I want to be. Now take that, put it in your coffee, and use it. Thank you guys. I hope you have an awesome week. Let's start off by expressing gratitude. How can you express gratitude this week? Leave me a comment below. I want to know, because I want to know what are some things that you guys are expressing gratitude for, because maybe you can give me some ideas on where I need to be more grateful. So leave me a comment.